Hi, everyone. I'm your host today with Around Town with Tom, and I have an extra special guest. Vera Jones, welcome to the show.
Oh, welcome. Indeed. I'm excited to be here, Tom. Thanks.
Me too. I've known you quite some time.
Yeah.
So Vera's with Vera's Voiceworks, and you're doing some great things. And these great things have evolved not only from writing books and your speaking, but now you run an academy, Perseverance Speaking Academy.
Yes.
Tell us how that started.
Well, to be honest, I just kind of fell into it. So I'd been a broadcaster for, holy smokes, 30 years.
Wow.
And a former professor of mine at Syracuse University called me one day and he was like, I got a young man, he wants to be a sports broadcaster.
Yeah.
You got to help him. And this was right in the middle of COVID. So I was looking for a way to pivot anyway because I was doing a lot of traveling and speaking. And I started with him as my first client.
Yeah.
He was a former NBA player, but he had a little bit of a stutter.
Yeah.
And he lacked confidence. And that launched into just doing it over and over and over again. So it was very, very simple. I fell into it and now I love it.
I've witnessed it. I've seen the results of it. So this fellow here, the basketball player.
Yes.
Is he taking it to the next level? Is he starting to be able to take his message and give it to others?
Well, what's interesting is he was kind of feeling things out. He had gone overseas, played basketball, and now he's coming back and he goes, I got this powerful story, I want to tell it. So he began telling it, but what's interesting is once you begin telling your story, doors of opportunities open up, and you never know where from. So now he's back into basketball. I believe he's an assistant men's basketball coach at, I want to say, Wake Forest.
Wow.
So that's the beautiful thing of it. But he can use his voice still to empower high school students and his own team even. So he's still doing and using his voice for sure.
The supreme confidence that you get from learning how to speak to people is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a foundation block that is, in my opinion, should be a must in life for a lot of people. Because once you learn how to communicate effectively and get your message out there, it provides that foundational confidence to glow.
73% of people, at least that's the number that I last researched, struggle with at least some degree of public speaking fear.
Yeah.
And there is a huge, almost 3/4 of the population, especially women, struggle with imposter syndrome and lack of confidence. And so I started thinking that I was only going to train people that wanted to be motivational speakers, but it has turned into an opportunity, real estate agents, people who are about to become teachers, financial planners, all of these people who I got to be in front of the public and I got to make these presentations and I'm really not confident. And it's a beautiful thing. My only goal is that they walk out of there with the confidence that they deserve.
Vera, I've seen your presentations. They're game changing. And your message is amazing. That one day there's probably going to be a movie about Vera Jones and the journey. And I think it'll be a flipping hit because your journey is so cool. When you pass on that confidence to others and you see them shine, doesn't that inspire you to want to do it more and more?
It does. Every time I say, you know what, I'm just ready to retire. I'm too old for that. And then someone else shows up at my door and says, will you help me? And right away, I'm right back in immediately. Wow. So yes, it is very inspiring because I'm driven by significance, right? I know that when I can help someone and someone says, wow, you really helped me, that makes all the difference in the world for me, and that's my game changer. That's what keeps me going.
Your keys to leadership, the stuff that you've written about, which we're going to touch on more another time, has evolved your game so much. I love your background. I love where you are today, and the gifts that you're giving others to help them learn how to speak publicly is amazing. Yeah. So we're going to make sure that we drive them to you. We go to verasvoiceworks.com and they can learn about that and kind of dig into that. Yeah,
or you can jump into, it's even easier, just remember my name, the Vera Jones or theverajones.com. Take you right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you, Tom.
Awesome. Well, guys, if you'd like to learn a lot more about Vera Jones and Vera's Voiceworks, go to dailynewsnetwork.com, and thank you all. Cheers.
Coastal Wildlife and Pest Services is a local family-owned and operated pest and wildlife removal company operating in Northeast Florida. We specialize in managing all wildlife and all pests. So if it's squirrels, rats, raccoons, snakes, you've got somebody actively controlling these issues on your property so that you don't have to worry about having some sudden scare. You know who can handle that and take care of it so that it doesn't have to knock you out of your daily routine of life.